Ever since I can remember, from childhood to adulthood, one of the biggest debates in the gaming community has always been whether the PlayStation is better than the Xbox. Now, there's fanboys for each side that will chew your ear off and debate fiercely about which one's best. But with the release of the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro, Xbox has definitely taken a leap ahead to claim that number one spot in the gaming console community. Now, it can't compete with a PC, but console to console, Xbox One X is the best console out. Why? I got some details for you. Stay tuned. Features. The biggest feature updates for the Xbox One X is true 4K gaming and HDR. With 4K gaming, you don't just get a better overall picture. Now you get a more immersive, more inviting gameplay. As stories become better and more involving and more emotional, you attach more to the characters, the details and shadows become more cinematic. And with HDR, areas that were void of color and light become vivid, bright, and very cinematic. HDR stands for High Dynamic Range, and with Dolby Vision, not only your games are in 4K, but also apps like Hulu, Netflix, YouTube, all display true 4K capabilities. Specifications. Now, we all know that the Xbox One X is far superior than the Xbox One S, but let's compare that to something a little bit more beefy. The PS4 Pro. Now, the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X both have 8 custom cores, but the One X is clocked at 2.3 GHz versus the Pro's 2.1 GHz. Now, that 0.2 GHz may not seem like a lot, but it is a big deal if you know anything about CPUs or overclocking. Now, when it comes to the GPU, which is the graphics processing unit, the Xbox One X has 6 teraflops of performance versus the PS4 Pro's 4.2 teraflops of performance. Now, that's going to make a big difference. The RAM in the Xbox is 12 gigabytes versus 8 gigabytes. They're both about the same size, but the Xbox weighs a little bit more and costs $100 more. Now, those GPU teraflops I was talking about, you can see them in the games that are out now, like Tomb Raider, where if you look at the Xbox One X's Tomb Raider, you can see sweat and stress driplets, more dirt, and markings. Design. The Xbox One X's design is very, very nice and elegant, very clean in a matte black finish. There are some machine holes on the side of the Xbox to help not only with the airflow, but the design and overall look of the device. It is very compact and very sleek. The IR blaster on the front of the device is now well hitting with all black accents. Even the GPU and CPU on the inside has a better look to it. When you break down the Xbox, you just see how intricate it is. Even the controller looks better with the slightly subtle grip underneath the controller and an all black finish on the front. You could also opt for the Xbox One Elite controller, the best controller ever created for any console, hands down, and with as many customizations and peripherals, it gives you an advantage in multiple games over the next competitor. Now, with all that said, is it worth the upgrade? Now, when it comes to that question that's been asked a million different times, is it worth the upgrade? You have to remember a couple things with the Xbox. So the X not only has more memory, faster memory, a bigger, stronger, faster GPU, but also a faster hard drive. So when you see the title Xbox One Enhanced, they're not just talking about games being specifically enhanced to work on a 4K HDR TV. What they're talking about is this thing called super sampling. Super sampling allows for developers to create better details and images on the games for 1080p screens. So the details and the faces become more vivid, become more detailed. You see smudges better. As you can see, the details in the surroundings become better. The colors become more vivid. That's going to be the things that you're going to get with the Xbox One X. Your gameplay, whether it's in story mode or online, is going to become more fluid and smooth. You're going to have an advantage over other gamers as games start to take and developers start to take advantage of the power of the Xbox One X. You're going to have faster frame rates and a smoother overall gaming performance.